On your iPad, you have the worksheet. So we're actually going to work through the worksheet there. That's going to be your written assessment. So I know that you said that you sometimes have difficulty when you're reading the questions. So what I can do is I can read out the questions to you, but you can answer them. You don't need to say the answers out to me, so you can just kind of work through it. And at the end, we'll go through all the questions and see what your answers are.
Okay.
So the first question is that what are the different types of skin commonly identified in facial treatments? So you've got 4 options there. The first one is oily, dry, normal combination. Second is sensitive, oily, dry. Third one is thick skin, sensitive. And last one is none of the above. Now think of what your skin type is, and that'll give you a bit of an idea of what the skin types are.
So
and what
I
we've
would
just
go
learned.
for the answer A, which is oily, dry, normal and combination.
Perfect. So you don't need to give me all the answers if you don't like. If you prefer just to work through it, what would you prefer?
And we can just
Yeah, go
answer
through it.
questions.
That's perfect. So I'm going to read out the following product label to you, and then you just answer the question below. This cleanser is suitable for all skin types. Apply a small amount to damp skin, massage gently and rinse thoroughly. This contains aloe vera and vitamin E. Now, what are the key ingredients in this product? Aloe vera and vitamin E, vitamin C and aloe vera, vitamin A and aloe vera, or none of the above?
A, aloe vera and vitamin E.
Perfect. Now, what is the main purpose of an exfoliant in a facial treatment? To hydrate the skin, to remove dead skin cells, to tone the skin, or to moisturise the skin? Now think back to when we were doing exfoliation and what we were saying it's good for.
To remove the dead skin cells.
Perfect. Now, this is a little bit of maths here because sometimes certain products will make you do a little bit of mathematics. So if a facial treatment requires 20 ml of a cleanser for the entire face, how much cleanser do you need for 3 clients? 40 ml, 60 ml, 80 ml, or 100 ml?
B, 60 ml.
Perfect. Now you are given a product that states it is used in 3 steps. Cleansing is 10 ml, exfoliation is 5 ml, and the mask is 15 ml. How many mLs of the product will you use for one treatment? So to add it all together.
Okay, so
30
ml A.
Yep, perfect. And then we're just going to go on to the last question here, which is, based on the skin type, which product do you use for oily skin? Cream-based cleanser, gel-based cleanser, milk cleanser, or a moisturising mask? So you've got 2 in your kit.
Gel-based cleanser.
Perfect. Grand, Marish. You've got 10 out of 10 here. That's grand. Perfect. So you've done really well, which shows me that you're really paying attention in the lesson throughout the day. So you're really good with your knowledge. So I feel really comfortable that you know everything there is to know about the skin types that we've talked about today, and also what to do in the facial. So just to recap over the day, we had gone through the steps of a facial, which were cleansing, double cleanse, exfoliation, extractions, mask, moisturise, and SPF. Now that's the 5 basic ones, and like I mentioned before, we can add those on to any treatment. So you can bring in your microneedling, your dermaplaning. You may need to take some steps out that you don't need to do when you're doing certain services, but it's a great starting point for you. We also went through how to do how to set up your trolley, and you were quite comfortable with that, weren't you, Marish?
Yes.
Perfect. We also went through hygiene, how to prep the bed, the kitchen roll, not the kitchen roll, the bed roll on the bed, and how to prep the client, putting the headband on. So you were great with that as well. And then you also got to demonstrate your skills. How did you feel about the skills there?
I thought the demonstration was really good in terms of how you showed it and talked us through it, so I do feel really comfortable going out and doing it myself. Maybe a wee bit more practice just to get the
your family and
hands
friends involved. Yeah,
to get the hands flowing a little bit so that we're not leaving the face, but other than that I thought it was great.
perfect. Do you have any other questions, anything we haven't touched on, anything you'd like me to touch on a little bit more?
No, I think it's been a really interactive course, so I don't think you've missed anything out, or I feel like I've actually gained a lot of knowledge.
Oh, perfect.
coming
I'm
to the
glad. If you have any questions when you leave here, you can just message me or drop me a call and we can discuss it further.
Of course.
Perfect. And then lastly, I know you've already kind of given a little bit of feedback in there, but would you like to give me some feedback, or would you like to just fill in the form? I can send it onto your email and you can just fill it in later.
No, I can give it. I think you're a great instructor. Everything was laid out very nicely in small increments, so it wasn't overwhelming. Sometimes people use bigger words, or words that, because I'm not in the industry, they're using words that we wouldn't necessarily use on a day-to-day
Or hear,
basis,
yeah,
or hear on a
exactly.
day-to-day basis. So you did a very good job explaining what that individual word meant in terms of in the beauty industry.
Perfect. And did I answer all your questions today?
Yes, you did.
Perfect. Grand. Well, I hope you had a great time today, Marish. So I'm just going to set up the last few details I'll need from you, and that'll be your certificate. I'll give you a paper copy today, and I'll also email you out a digital copy, so if you ever lose it, because if you had any issues with the insurance company, you do need to give your copy to them. So having a digital copy as a backup is always a great point. Now I've also given you links to all the products that we used today, where to buy them all from, your insurance company, the best ones that I recommend that will insure you today, so you can go back and look into that. But that's everything here for you. You've been a great student, Marish, and we've had a great time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.